Welcome viewers. In today's video tutorial, we are going to start SPSS, which is a statistical software usually used for conducting research and data analysis, etc. In this session 1, I will talk about the basic of SPSS, how to develop the database and do the simple analysis. We will see the data view, variable views and simple. So the first step is you will need SPSS software, which is available usually on the IBM website. When you type SPSS, so here you will see IBM SPSS statistics. So you go to this link and from here you can download, but it's not a free version. You can find free versions. So after installation, you have to open the IBM statistics software. So when you open the SPSS software, so this interface, you will see this interface. Here you have two tabs, data view and variable view. Now what is this data view and what is variable view? Data view is basically the simple as we just like Excel sheet. Here you type these are the columns and these are the rows. So first you have to develop your database and assign variables. Here you will find all the names of variables. So when you are developing, if you have already developed a database in Microsoft Excel, so that's very easy for you. You can just go to your database in the Excel. For example, if you have already developed a database in the Excel, here we have this ID, name, age, sex, location, education level, and then there are question, are you married, and then have you consulted a doctor in the last year. So question like this is just an example. So if you have already developed such type of database and if you want to develop one in the SPSS from here, so here the first you will need to go to the variable view. Now here you have this type. Here you see name, type, with decimal, labels, values, missing, columns, align, measure, role. So I will explain each one of them. First, here you see these are the column headings, these names. This is the type of that field, which type of field it is, whether it's numeric or a text or something like that. What should be the width of that? And similarly, all these I will explain now. So these are basically the column heads. For example, if here the first thing, just look at this one that we have developed in Excel. So first we need ID. ID is basically important for the interviewing number. So when you type ID, so here you see all these have been assigned automatically. Now this ID, if your ID is just numeric, only digits are there, so you just don't need to change it. But if your ID has some text also and numerics also, then just click this and here you have all these options. Whether this field type is a numeric, it means digits, or is it a comma, a dot, scientific notation, date, dollar, currency, string. Now string is basically used for such type of fields where you have numbers and text or anything. So for that you need to apply this type of field string, and what should be the character length, so that based on your responses, the expected responses, so you can set the character length from here. Okay, and here also you can set the character length, which is by default 8. You can increase and decrease it. Decimal, since it is a string, so there is no need of decimal. When there is a number, a field where you obtain number, so there you can increase and decrease the decimal. Label. Now in this name, if you type it like this ID number, so never do that because it will not accept any spaces. In this name, if you are typing a lengthy name, so you will have to use underscores or something like that without any space. And you can explain your field here in the label. No issue. Here I just typed ID. Here I can say the reference number. Here I can type all the details of this field, but here I will not add any spaces. Values. Now this value, this is basically just like in Excel and Access, we use the option 1, option 2, option 3. So here since it's an ID column, So I can't assign any option because it may be thousands of. So I will just keep it none. You will see now where we need the values. So this will be explained to you in the fields where we would need the drop down option. Missing. So this is basically for when you want that if there is a response is not applicable, so what should be used? Alignment, the text should be left aligned, right aligned, center aligned. So that depends whatever you want. Here you see measure. Now in this measure, there are three options, but now we can see only two because our type is string. When it is numeric, so you can see three types. For example, here, if I change it to numeric, so now you will see there are three types: scale, ordinal, and nominal. Let me explain this. Scale is basically for numbers, which can be of any number, thousands and millions and billions. So scales is basically used for such type of field where the number is not limited. Ordinal and nominal, both are used for string types. Here, this was the string, the field type is string. So this is used for strings, ordinal or nominal. Ordinal, what is the difference? Basically, simple difference is ordinal is for where we have levels, like level of education, primary level, secondary level, higher level, etc., etc. And nominal can be any type. For example, gender, male, female. For example, age, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So it can be nominal. Nominal, any category, age, gender, religion, etc., etc. So you can use these, and you will see these when we are defining all these different field types, and there we will see. So here for this ID, since it's a string and it would be nominal, it can be any type. Here we will use nominal, and role is input always. Now the next thing we need is name. Name would be numeric? No, name would be a string, and this is an open-ended question. So okay, the width, that is by default 8, it's okay. Decimal, no need because it's not a numeric. Here you can type detail, name of the person. Values. Now here also I cannot assign any drop down because name is an open-ended question. Missing columns, left. Here also this will be nominal because it can be of any sort. And role input. Age would be numeric, okay, and decimal, no. Or if you want that there might be some decimals in someone's age, so you can assign. And if you want that I do not need any decimal, so just make it 0, and here you can say age of the person. Now values. Here also I cannot assign any drop down because it can be of any level. So that also would be like that, right? And age will also be, it would be a scale because age can be from 0 to 60, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we will, it would be a number. So scale is good for this field. Now the next thing we need sex. So here that would be a numeric, although sex is either male or female or other, so that is text. But here why I am using numeric, let me explain that to you. And numeric also without any decimal, because here I would like, the SPSS usually do analysis on numbers. So for the sex, we will use some drop down, and this drop down here we will type value. When 1, so that should be equal to male, add, and if it's 2, so that should be equal to female. So you can use these drop down. Now here you will have these different type of options. It's not basically drop down, it's basically uh, the options that you can assign to different values. Because if someone is typing male or female, so there might be some spelling mistakes, so you have assigned 1 and 2. If it is male, so select 1. If it's female, so select 2. So how I did that, just type the value and what should be the label for this value, type that and click add. So here it will add those values for the numbers. Okay. So here you will see this type of, and here I will say the gender of the person. You can add here some other option also, for example, 3 other. So you can type that also. Okay. Missing 8 light. Now this one is age, so it would be nominal. Location would obviously be a string. So you can just type that a string location of the person, and here also we cannot type those values to assign because locations might be thousands of, hundreds of. So we cannot assign any digits if your location are specific locations. So then, for example, if you want here in the location a specific district or provinces, so you can type here 1 is equal to province name, 2 is equal to province name, 3 is equal to a province name. So you can add here such type of values. If those numbers are more than 100 and 1000, so then you should keep it open. You should not use any values. And that would also be a nominal. Now education level, do not use space. Education level. Now here also, if you want to assign some values, so then you need to keep it as numeric so that the spaces may do the analysis also. So if you want the for the education level 1 is equal to primary, 2 is equal to secondary, and 3 is equal to bachelor, 4 is equal to master, 5 is equal to MPhil, and 6 is equal to PhD. So add them. Then whenever someone select one, so that would be primary, and there would not be any mistakes. Okay. Now here I would remove these decimals. Here you see now the decimals are removed. Now this one is ordinal. It These are levels. So you want them in primary and then secondary and then bachelor and then master and then MPhil and then PhD. So you can use them here. Now we have these two questions. Now you are not going to type the whole question here. Just type here question 1, and this question 1. Here in the label, you can type the complete question. Are you married? And now this one, is it numeric? Yes, I am going to use numeric. Why? And remove the decimal. Here you will see now numeric. Why? Because I will say 0 is equal to no and 1 is equal to yes. 0 and 1. Now if someone response is 0, so that would mean no. If someone response is 1, so that would mean yes. And now here also this would be a nominal. Question 2. Here you just type questions, and here you can remove the decimal, and here you can type the complete question. Wherever that is, you can type it completely. Now here also we can use value. Have you consulted a doctor in the last year? So here you can add those values. 0, no, 1, yes. You can add some other option also. Few times a year, one time a year. So you can use such digits and such responses and such values. So you can assign values to different labels that you want, the options that you want to add here. Okay. And now this one is also nominal. And some, because the responses of these two questions are yes and no, so you can assign ordinal also. Now here you will see in the data view your database is ready here. So now here you need to type the data. If you want to enter the data in Excel and just then after that copy and paste it in the SPSS, so you can do that also, or you can directly enter here also the data. But when you are entering here the data, so you have assigned some specific values for the sex and location and education level and question 2. Here you have to click this value label. When you click this, if you have not clicked this value label, so here you will see those numbers only. But if you click this, so here you will see the values, the drop down also, and the values that basically are for this field, male, female, and in the back end there would be those 1 and 2. Here you see it's 1 basically, but you will see male if you have clicked this one. So it's good if you click this value label so that you may see the actual response. And in the location also you can see all those drop down are available to you. when you have clicked this option. And in the education level, you can see all those drop down are available to you. And in the questions also, yes, no, yes, no. So you can select from them, yes, no, yes, no. And here you just the ID that you want. Now here the name, age, for example, 35, male. So let's first fill this table so that we may have some information for our data analysis. So this is our data that we have entered. If you have entered your data in Microsoft Excel like this, so there you must remember that here you can see this male and female and KP and SIND and primary and these yes and no. But basically behind these text there are digits that we have assigned values. So if you have entered the data in Excel, so in Excel you should have entered it in these codes. For example, here in the 6 I have used one for male and two for female, and in the location also one for KPA that we did in the SPSS. So in Excel you will have to enter your data in these digits, not in the actual text. So this is our data which is entered. The basic purpose of this session was just to introduce the SPSS and the data view and the variable view and how to assign different variables. Now I will start just a basic analysis here. Let's first see frequencies. Frequencies are basically the number of time a specific response is coming to you. So age of the person. So just bring this variable to this field. I am going to analyze my data first on the age. Display frequency table, that should be ticked because I want to see the table. Here in the statistics, what you want different type of statistics for this age. Yes, I want, for example, quartiles. I want standard deviation, variance, range, minimum, maximum, mean, medium. I want that. So continue and OK. Now here you will see your analysis. This is by the age column. Now you can see I have total 19 responses, missing 0. Mean 41. The age, the mean age is 41, the median is 38, which are almost close. Median basically is the 50% and mean is 41 average. Standard deviation, variance, we can see range 46, minimum age is 20, maximum age is 66. Now this is these are the percentiles. 25% of my data has the people with 24 years of age. So that is basically the basic statistics that I obtained. Now here you see age of the person. Age can be of any value. These are just 20 entries. So if your entries are 1,000, so you will see thousands of entries here in this table. It's not summarizing them. That's why I shared that here when you are using this frequencies table, so you need some more information. Now let's see, click this table and let's delete this. Go again to our analysis, descriptive statistics and frequencies. Now this age of the person, if I want to see a histogram on this age, okay, in this chart. Now let's remove this display frequency table because this will show us all the data again. Age can be of different number and it's not summarizing against age. It's just showing you how many entries are with different ages. So let's see the histogram. Now this is something which is giving us some analysis and which shows the age of the person, or mean of the age is 41. So here you can see that most of my population is here in these ages. So you can use this for this purpose. Now let's see the responses against these questions. Education level. Now let's see education level. Okay, here what I want, statistics. I want the same quartiles and standard deviation, variance and mean and median against the education. I want a chart also, for example. Let's see histogram. Click this display frequency table and see. Okay. Now you see education level. Here we need that frequency table because against the education level, because these are the, we have already assigned the education level to the summary against the education level. How many are primary, how many are secondary, how many are bachelor, how many are masters. And these are the percentages, valid percentages and cumulative percentages. And this will show you a histogram. So here you can see Most of them are in the master. So here the histogram also show us masters is the maximum number. So these are the different levels of education. So this output one document is developing all these graphs and charts for you. If you want to copy them to MS Word, so just click copy, Control C, go to Microsoft Word document and just paste it. So here you will see your chart in the Microsoft Word document. You can copy this table also, copy, and here you can paste it and then start your narration and interpretation of the data. Now let's remove all this and see some more analysis. For example, descriptive analysis. Let's see frequencies. Here we did this on the education level. Now let's see the question number one, this one. And here also I need all these, and the chart I will just want, for example, pie chart or bar chart. With frequencies or percentages, I want it with percentages. Okay. Display frequency table also. Okay. So you can see now, this is, are you married? So no, 8 percentage, and here you can see all the table. 42% says they are not married, 57% says they are married. Here you can see the chart, yes is the highest one, and here you can see the statistics. Now let's see the analysis on our next one, the frequencies. This question, let's remove the back, and here we can see this question. And statistics same, chart I want the same one. Okay, so here, have you consulted doctor? So here 57% says no. So most of the people are not consulting, have not consulted the doctor. So this way you can obtain these tables and these charts from the uh, but basically SPSS is used for advanced analysis. This type of analysis you can obtain in Excel easily. It's not an issue in this type of graphs. But here in SPSS, you can obtain easily these information, the mean, maximum, minimum. But all this information can be obtained in Excel also. SPSS is basically then used for other analysis like descriptive analysis like exploration and cross tab and ratio. Cross tabs, for example, are you married? These are the rows, columns, and different layers. Let's see. In the rows, I want, for example, education level, and in the columns I want, are you married? Let's see what it gives. So here you can see this cross tabulation. Cross tabulation is here. Here you can see the education level, and here you can see the next question, are you married? There are 4 people at the primary education level who says they are married. So you can just identify different type of trends in your data with cross tabulation. These are cross tabulation. Different types of columns are analyzed in a simple table to see the education level also in the are you married. So this you can obtain with these descriptive analysis and the cross tabs. So this was just the basic session about SPSS, how to develop database in the variable view, data entries, and you can see that here we have all those drop down, etc. And although these are numbers, but I can see them in the actual names because I have clicked this variable value level. And how to do simple analysis in SPSS with your base. See you in the next video of SPSS. If you visit my channel, if you want to learn Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Access, MS Word and Mail Merge, then other tricks of the Microsoft Excel and other softwares, these other playlist of learning online data collection, KOBO, MS Form, Google Form for collecting online data, data analytics, project management series is there is a playlist for MS Excel beginners also, Windows, and all these playlists, single playlists are also available. So you can benefit from all these sessions which are free of cost, and you just open it and watch them and learn and improve your productivity. There are these beautifully designed PowerPoint presentations, how to make these PowerPoint presentation, and every video has a detailed step-by-step tutorial. So visit my channel, Subscribe, like, and share and comment. Learn and improve your product. Thank you.